Gentlemen and fellow principals and educators who are seated here. We have started a project which is known as Road to Recovery. It's an international project. I'm working as a principal of Kamla Nehru Public School, which is situated in a village, catering to children from 65 villages. It's in a nondescript village, Chakhaki. We are a Microsoft Showcase school. We had closed down for good 18 months. The principal didn't go, the teachers didn't go, the students didn't go, and we did not go to the school for good 18 months. We were working meticulously, well planned, everything was going on very, very well. We are on the top of the world that we are doing great wonders with the children who are seated there at their places. And then things slowly, steadily started becoming better. We called our 10th and the 12th classes to the school, and it was face to face with all the concerns, precautions, everything which had to be taken. We did it. And then the primary class children came back to school in January as such. So we can say that they came back after 21st months after such. Instead of 24 months, 2 years, it was 21st month or something like that. When our seniors came and they were walking in the corridors, all of us could lift our eyes, They were walking with their hands out and they were walking like this. In the school, their body language had changed in all this time. The way they were speaking, OA and I became a normal routine as such. Well, they were not in the school. The culture which was developed in the school, all the while they were for 10 years in the school, it had gone, I don't know, gone where, down the drains perhaps. And it was such a sorry sight to see our children in a different mannerism. That was the behavior gap which you observed. Coming to the classes, it was again a sort of a shock as such. The primary children who had joined, some of the children joined, say in UKG, they felt that the screen was a school. They were there in LKG again screen, and then UKG again the screen, and when they come to the first, they do not know how to hold the pencil. And when we talked to the parents, they said, yes, हमने homework कर लिया, type of stuff. इतना time लगा रहा था, wondering and all those stuff. So we found that they could not hold the pencil properly, they could not write. Coming to mathematics, it was a sorry state of affairs. But we were on the top of the world. We've done wonders. Microsoft Showcase School, we use technology, children have gained everything, learning objectives are achieved, online test, wonderful marks, everything was so wonderful. But the reality was so different. And then this reality had to be accepted. There are gaps, behavior gaps, competencies gap, language gap, reading gap, mathematics gap, so many gaps are there. We had to gear up fast. Well begun is, it's always better. We put our heads together when every teacher felt that yes, there are learning gaps, we need to bridge it. A solution had to be found because the problem was there right on the face. And we started this project, and what did we do in this project? When it comes to the primary classes specifically, we made some bridge worksheets, all right? And those were given that, the class 1, they don't know much. So let's pick up the concepts which are necessary for class 2. So for the first 2 weeks, we're going to do that. And then, of course, when the final evaluation was clear, whatever we thought was so crystal clear, we need to hold the hands of the children. Not their fault COVID came when they were 6 years, 9 years, 18 years. Not our fault that COVID came. But our responsibility was there that we have to rise up to this challenge, and we have to make sure we do the hold handling. And what better hold handling could have happened but for technology? Everything we used we used technology in a big way. Yes, it was the last one there, but we used technology. We used, the reading coach, which would tell us that this child cannot pronounce this properly. This is where he or she needs to improve. That was for the primary classes. We used Flipgrid when we said, let's give them a voice. Public speaking was a challenge. We went for class shows. It was, it was khadakat type of stuff. Action was there in a school, and we had class shows for all the classes. And what more, parents were invited. Please help us to rebuild, to bridge this learning gap. And parents were the happiest person who were there sitting. मैडम सब कुछ भूल गया था, थैंक यू आप लोग इतना मेहनत कर रहे हैं. The school is but to build the child. The schools are there to hold their hands. The schools are there to bridge this gap, and the schools are there to recover the loss. That's what we did as such. We felt sports was a big job, so we had all possible inter-house matches, and then inter-house matches, the regions was 9 to 12. We went for 9th and 10th, we went for 11th and 12th. We know not these many classes, but let us give maximum chance. Kho-kho, everything in sports was there in a big way. And then when we had invited the parents, whatever they're playing in the ground, that was shown to them. And then we felt that they cannot write well Hindi, English, Punjabi. So the zero period, one writing practice was done by the class teacher. We've done everything. We are a bunch of happy and satisfied people. We stood up by the side of our children when they needed them. So technology, physically, that was inside the school. And then we went for this road to recovery as an international project. I'm not letting you talk, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not going to talk. I was just going to say, do you hear only practices or do you hear something else? Because I hear something else. Do you hear something else? Passion. Exactly what I spoke about. I just wanted to say that. Please carry on.
Okay. So this international project, Road to Recovery, we have educators and students joining from around the globe as such. And in this we meet every month. We design a group of activities. For example, the first activity when we announced on the social media in a big way, join us, let us go on this road to recovery. And then we started from the month of April when educators from all around the world, they joined us. Many schools from India joined us. And we meet once a month. And the first activity was podcast. Everybody was for podcast, right? A new experience, something new for the children. And they were so happy to talk about how do you feel coming back to the school, and what would be your road to recovery? Sentence starters. When I saw my teacher's face, it was road to recovery, and then the child speaks. When I played in the playground and then when I danced in my dance class, that is the road to recovery post-COVID. So we went on for such type of themes and sentence starters, and I think we have more than 400 podcasts with us. And all this is kept as a record. And then the second one, we said sports for road to recovery. When I say sports matches in our school, but when it comes to international community, they did it in their school because we said, click a picture and post when you're playing with your family, or playing in the neighborhood park, or playing in the school. So that was a photo stunt we went for. How do you feel when you play? So they lent their voice on the flip grid. Just 3 events have passed, and we have got more than 800 voices on the flip grid. Technology, they can see each other. Children can see how my classmate has spoken and how I can speak. They have not actually come on the stage all these 2 years. So now when they're doing it, they're very happy. You see those bright eyes. You see those jumping children which we had missed. You see them recovering day in and day out. The third one, we went for strive to thrive. How to bounce higher. Tell us about the story. Let your parents narrate. All this goes in Flipgrid. All this goes in Wakelet. All this goes when we use Minecraft also. Build a world where you have post-COVID, where you are a happy person, and now you're strong and steady to manage and face this world with all your qualities or all your talents which were lying down and not used have come up again. So again, Minecraft is also used in a big way. So everything possible is used. We use art integration also when we say draw on this particular theme like that. And then every month, whatever the children from around the globe have done it, during this 1 hour meeting, we showcase what they have made in terms of videos, in terms of newsletter, and that newsletter is a prized possession of all the children who are participating. Small little effort, loving it to the core. Join us, please.
Can I offer you a glass of water? You're really spoken of breath.